Mind Gap Podcast.
Hey everybody, welcome to Mind Gap Podcast. I'm Doug.
I'm Justin. And Doug, if you could have one fictional gadget, what would you pick?
That's easy. Easy.
Really? Okay.
This is so easy. This is a stupid fucking question, Justin.
You scoff at the premise. Let's go.
It is the device in Star Trek that creates whatever you need it to be.
I'm unfamiliar
familiar
with this device. Tell me about it.
So the reason why the Star Trek universe is able to even exist is because someone invented a device that creates whatever you need. So it basically eliminates the need for jobs, the need for scarcity, because this thing creates what you need.
Like a 3D
Food.
printer?
Sort of, but like it'll create food, it'll create clothes, it creates literally everything. So like money becomes moot. And because of that, humanity bonds together and then starts intergalactic travel because of this.
Interesting. Okay.
So basically eliminates all the things that create a lot of problems in our society, which would be fucking fantastic to have this. And everyone has one. It's not just like, everybody has them.
Okay.
So everyone has what they need all the time.
So commerce is dead, basically.
Yes.
Wild.
Commerce is dead, jobs, whatever. And it fuels people to look to the stars and to do more as a collective. Now, I'm sure there's some Star Trek person out there who's like, that's actually not true, but I'm pretty sure I'm not a Trekkie necessarily, but I'm pretty sure that is the thing that like allowed them to create Starfleet and eventually go, because they're like, who gives a shit about, I got to go work my job. It's like, why do you work your job? To get money, to do what? To buy food and do all this sort of stuff. It's like, well, here you go. You have everything you need,
So this is okay. So there's a bunch of different directions that we could go with this, and I've got a lot of questions, and you probably don't have answers to them. But let's tug on the threads, anyways. So, with this device, did they just say, "Hey, generate a starship," and it created that? Like, it's called a
replicator. This is the device that makes food. Okay, so maybe it's not everything, but it makes food.
Got it. Okay, because I was like, why? Like, because if that's the case, then how come people aren't just like creating nukes and like taking over countries? Because I could see this going in a very bad direction.
And maybe it was just stuff that was found on the ship. Maybe if I'm not getting exactly what it was. But
it's
basically
starting to become less sexy, Doug.
In Star Trek, a replicator is a machine that can create and recycle things. Replicators were originally seen to simply synthesize meals on demand, but in later series, much larger food items appear. The technical aspects, replicator, versus real things is sometimes a plot element. So I wasn't necessarily thinking of what existed on the ship, but this was like something that happened, that someone created this thing that allowed them to synthesize and create what people need.
Got it. Okay.
And then which allowed people, because you think about that. Think about if you didn't have to work, which is kind of the basis for universal income, get people away from having to do this sort of shit where you have to be like, I got to go work the job because that's what the corporate overlords say I need to do so that I can get this thing to then buy the thing. And then hopefully I can still have a home. And then hopefully I can still get food on the table for whatever. And this device was created. And then people were like, I don't need to do that stuff anymore. And then you can hopefully, and again, in our world, it probably wouldn't be the case, but people would rise to a greater purpose because they're like, my needs are fulfilled.
Right.
So now what can I put my energy towards? And it was like this next level thing, which I think was really, really cool. Because imagine, just for a second, just imagine you have something, get food, and it's just there. It doesn't cost anything, which is why this is a fantasy sci-fi world, because, it doesn't cost anything.
Right.
Not energy or whatever, but, somehow.
It just runs.
As a species, we were able to overcome that part because everyone gets one, Right. It was like the polio vaccine, like everybody gets one,
I mean, because think about it, though. It's got to be, it has to take matter from somewhere because you can't just generate matter out of nothing.
Says who, Justin? Sounds like you're talking about equivalent exchange. You know what I mean? Can't create something from nothing. That's alchemy, and that is against the laws of nature.
Absolutely, yeah. It is something that the Starfleet fights against, rails against. The Klingons are trying that in Star Trek 4.
That's true.
I think.
Star Trek 4, the one with the whale.
Right. Yeah, Star Trek 4 Equivalent Exchange is what it was called.
Which was the basis for Full Metal Alchemist, that whole manga series, which, by the way,
it spun off Full Metal Alchemist and
show.
Free Willy.
I remember one of the first Star Trek movies I saw was Star Trek 4, and it was about some shit about whales, man. I was like,
that's the one where they came back to the present day, right? They were like in
what
San
do you know?
Francisco.
A fish out of water. A fish out of water fucking movie. What a shocker that they were doing that in the 80s. Wow. They're like, yeah, there's this thing that's killing stuff because it's looking for something from the past because it's lonely. It's a whale. It's a whale.
Save the planet, man.
Save the planet, man. I'm like, wow, how boring. Yeah, because that's why I want to see Star Trek 4 is they're like, where we are on Earth in the 80s. This is what I want from a sci-fi film.
You want a message behind it for yourself.
I want them to be like, man, let's see the spaceship. Nope, they're time traveling. They're back in our time. Awesome. Cool.
It just says executive producer, PETA.
Anyway, Justin, what device would you take?
I think I would do the beads from Wakanda.
Okay.
Those bees that they use because it can do it's they can be a weapon if you need it. It can heal your body. It can monitor. It can be a communication device. It can be it can scout and do surveillance. Those beads seem to do everything you need them to do. So I would give me an all-in-one bracelet and we're good to go.
They shoved one in that guy's spine and they're like, cool, we've stabilized him. I'm like, I don't think that's sanitary.
That's not how that works, but okay. That or give me an Iron Man suit. I think it'd be badass to have an Iron Man suit.
You die so fast, Justin.
Oh, I would without a doubt. I'd be dead.
You die so fast.
No, because they've got shock absorbers or something, right?
Yeah. That's not how that's how physics works, Justin.
He stops
the
on a
armor
dime.
protects me. You are liquefied in the suit when you hit the ground.
What are you talking about? You're going supersonic? You can stop on a dime if you hit a wall.
Totally fine. Yeah, everything stops, including your life, as your brain pushes into the suit from the inside. And just watch as sprays of blood shoot out from the cracks in the suit.
It's just you just hear, and then slowly it just leaks out through the cracks.
Did you ever watch
critical damage sustained?
No, you did watch this because you had lots of questions. But the Warhammer 40K secret level episode.
Fuck yeah. Absolutely.
There's a part where the sorcerer is going in, tapping into their minds for the gray sphere. And the first guy he goes into is he basically he crushes his head. And you see this flood of blood come out from under his helmet as he collapses. That's what would happen to you.
Yeah, you're right. You're not wrong. But here's the thing. For those 30 seconds that I was flying around, I would have the time of my life. It'd be worth it.
Dude, imagine flight school in that suit. Just as you try to
I'm gonna go back to the Wakandan beads. I think the Wakandan beads are a good option. Those are good.
Yeah. I think my second place one would be the trap from Ghostbusters.
What would you use that for? What possibly would you be using that for? To catch squirrels?
Squirrels. Yeah, we both got there. But honestly, I'd be like, what else is this trap? It can't just trap ghosts, right? It's got to trap other things.
You're just throwing it under, just rolling it around in the park, seeing what else goes into it.
I'd bring it into the gym, and I'd slide it under the bench press of the assholes that exist in my gym.
Oh, now we're talking. Yes.
Yeah.
Now we're talking. That's a good use of it.
Now you're done, motherfucker.
Right. You grunt too loud. You're going in the trap until I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll let you out of it as soon as I'm done.
All the dumbbells are not where I need them to be anymore. It's gotten so bad. Today, I'm
about
cool. I guess
the whole rack is just fucked.
I'm just where are these dumbbells? I'm looking around. I was like, there's not enough people here to be using these dumbbells. Where are they? I hate this. I hate it here.
Where do you end up finding them? Where are they hiding these dumbbells?
I have no fucking clue. I have no clue. I was just I guess I will adapt. I will not do the weight that I want to do. Either too heavy or too light. Take your pick. I'm I guess I'm going too light because I'm 42 and I don't need
to the fitness. Join Planet Fitness. Join PF.
Yeah.
Come to the purple side.
Okay, cool. I guess I'll have to send a certified letter to Export Corporation down in Memphis, Tennessee, or wherever the fuck it is. I hereby swear that I am now declining to continue my presence at your location that is technically an LA Fitness now that they purchased it. Please stop charging me.
Just tell your bank to stop authorizing the charges.
Yeah, I know.
Put a stop
I could,
there.
but see, this is where they get you. Is like it's just I can just still stay. Someday
or
I'm gonna
you
have
could
to,
just
I'm gonna have to
stay
cancel
and
it.
be angry.
Because I'm also like, is it better anywhere else? I don't know. I just don't know. Because it's the people. It's not the gym. It's the people.
That's true. And if the people in your area are acting like that, then that means that they're probably acting that way at other places. Right.
I've driven by that Planet Fitness and seen people just leave the doors of the facility and walk into a crosswalk and not look. And they're just like, cool. They just want to die. So I don't know. Are those people any better? Doubt it.
There's probably, what though? There's probably fewer of them. Natural selection.
Yeah. Who knows?
I'm just saying.
Anyway, didn't mean to go on a rant about the gym stuff again, but
that's all right.
Anyway, let us know what fictional gadget would you use, would you pick to bring into the real world and why? We'd love to hear about it. You know where we'd love to hear about it? Anywhere. YouTube.com/mindgappodcast. Drop it in the comments or hit the link down below in the description to our Discord and join the discourse on Discord. Be part of the family. Everyone's weighing in on this shit. We'd love to hear what you have to say. So, yeah, let us know. And while you're in there, check out the link to Redbubble where you can get, did you know that Squirt is pee and did you know that I don't care shirt? It's available now. You can get it in a baseball 3/4 sleeve. You could get it in a premium tee. You could get it in an oversized tee. You could get it in a tri-blend tee. Guys, there's so many options you could get this in. You get a sticker, put it on your water bottle. Do whatever you want, man. World's your oyster, man. Check it out. Did you know Squirt is pee? Available now.
He has a lot of water or liquid-based quotes for us.
He does.
We're showing some signs of being fucking wet.
Yeah, I had an idea for that one. I just didn't have the artistic ability to pull it off.
I think we need to tap our friend from down under then.
Yeah. I had an image of it was like a cartoon version of Noah holding an umbrella that has a bunch of holes in it. And he's just looking mad as like the water just pours through it because it's like.
I like it.
Yeah. Be like.
I like it.
And then you read, I'm getting so tired of being so fucking wet. And people are like, that's a weird thing to have on a shirt. Like, yeah, he's tired. He doesn't want to be wet.
Yeah. Mind Gap. Go listen.
Mind Gap, baby. Yeah.
They got weird shit on that Mind Gap.
All right. Well, we've got a fun topic today. And this topic is all about the forgotten ones. It's about the overlooked. It's about not the top billing, maybe not even the second billing. It's about the side characters who stole the show. We're talking about all those side characters from TV shows and movies that were like, man, these characters, fucking amazing. And in some ways, sometimes outshined the lead. And we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about why they're great. And we're going to hear from some of our community on their thoughts on some of the best side characters. And we're going to have ourselves a good time. So let's start with, what even is a side character? You might ask. I kind of talked about it a little bit, but we're talking about supporting cast in movies and TV shows. I did want to do books too. Video games, I was like, I don't know enough about some of these NPCs and in games to pull them out. So I was like, we're just gonna stick with TV and movie. Even TV, I'm like, I think I might be out of my depth a little bit in there because I just don't watch a lot of TV. But so there are definitely some characters. So these are the supporting casts, not the main characters, and they just have some of the best lines, some of the best arcs, some of the best energy, and they just stand out. And then some of them, so iconic, they become leads in later films, like Loki. Loki gets his own show.
That's one that I would have
amazing.
If they didn't use it as an example, that's one that would have made my list for sure.
Exactly. So it's phenomenal character, and what an arc with him too. Like just so good. Okay, so here we go. We're going to talk about some of our characters, our favorite characters, side characters. We're going to say who they are, what story they're from, and why they completely outshine the main character, possibly, or at least arguably did. So, right. Justin, would you like to kick us off?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to kick us off in the Star Wars universe because we've got two on the list. I'm going to go with Han Solo.
Okay.
Luke is definitely...
Who
Played by Harrison Ford, debuting in 1971. No,
The guy
Han
who's
Solo.
in that movie just, famously goes, "Get off my plane."
That's the one. Yeah, the one in that movie that said, "Get off my lawn." Wrong actor, wrong movie, no lawns. No, I think Han Solo. Again, he is the embodiment, especially at that time. He was the embodiment of just cool and sexy, and this is the kind of badass that you want to be. Luke, he's our main character. We're following him. He's got whatever. He's the hero of the story. He follows the hero's journey. Han is a much more interesting character to me. I find him vastly, and I would have loved to have had we got Solo, Star Wars story. I would have
Fucking
loved
forgot about that movie.
Right? You're exactly.
Never seen it.
I
Never
would have
wanted to.
loved to have had a solo shot with Harrison Ford back in the day. I think that would have been. I think that'd been a fucking awesome movie. So I think Han Solo is
he's obviously like fantastic in
Yeah.
A New Hope because Luke is so annoying in that movie
Mhm.
because he's a young kid. And he's very obnoxious. He's very arrogant. He's just super annoying. And Han Solo is very cool. And not only that, it's like, oh, here's this guy who's just totally motivated by money. You know, but he comes back and does the right thing. And
Talk
he kind of
about a
has
character
that.
arc.
Yeah, my favorite thing was him in the beginning of Empire Strikes Back when they're on Hoth, and it was like, "Where's Luke?" And he starts like getting really upset. Where someone's like, "No one's seen it." He's like, "Well, look, check all the logs." Like, he could have come in the south entrance. He's like, "Will you do me a favor and look? Thanks."
Right.
And they're like, "He hasn't checked in." He's like, "Well, I'm going out there." And they're like, "You can't go out there. You'll freeze to death." It's like, "Your tauntaun won't make it, whatever." And he goes, "Well, I'll see you in hell," which I also thought was weird because that's the first time they reference hell. I'm like, do we believe
Right.
in
Is this
some sort of
Christian-based-
divinity here?
Right. Exactly.
But I love that he says it so defiantly. He's like, "Well, I'll see you in hell." Like he's like,
Right.
my friend's out." He's like, it's getting so cold." He's like, "Yeah, my friend's out there." Like that, the jump between episode 4 and 5 and that camaraderie that they have.
It's a true
and what he
mark
was
of his
willing to
character.
do. It was just, I'm like, wow, because here's a guy who's actually honestly dug himself his own grave in a lot of ways because he gave up trying to pay off Jabba the Hutt to work with his friends and fall in love, So I think it's a
Beautiful
fine
story.
pick. Fine pick, sir.
What do you got, Doug? Give me your top one here.
I'm gonna hit big right off the top. This is one of my favorite characters, Uncle Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
All right, you're going to need to give me a lot of context around this one.
Yes. So if you have not seen this show, you should absolutely check it out. It's a Nickelodeon show. It was made for kids. It's fucking phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. I've said this to you many times, and I'll keep saying it over and over again. It's a great show. The first season's a little rough because it is very, very childish. And it's kind of childish all the way through, but it definitely like levels up as it goes on. It's only 3 seasons. All right, enough of the pitch from that. In this show, there's a character named Prince Zuko, and he is outcast by his father because it's too much to get into, but he's basically been banned, and he cannot return to his home until he finds the Avatar. And traveling with him is his uncle, Iroh. And Iroh seems like a real doofus. He always likes to drink tea. He likes to play this sort of like mahjong game called Pai Sho. And he has tons of wisdom. And it's really good wisdom. And he truly loves his nephew because his son died in a war. And he cares for Zuko like he's his own son, even when Zuko is just like obstinate, just an obnoxious sort of like just too focused on this task because he thinks that if he does it, his father will love him. And Iroh cares so much for him. And there's my favorite episode is an episode where it's kind of like it's mini stories of all these different characters, and Iroh gets his own. It's all about him in this city, and he's going around and he does a bunch of nice things for people in this city. Simply like a guy tries to mug him, and he's like, "Give me all your money." He goes, "Your stance is kind of off." He's like, "You're off balance because if I do this," and he just goes and disarms him. He's like, "That's what happens." He's like, "Get up again, now try." And the guy tries it. He goes, "See, that's better." And the guy's like, "Why are you being so nice to me?" He talks to him. He buys him some tea, helps the guy. He's like, "I know you're down your luck. You can do better." And there's a kid that's like crying because something happens, and he gives him something. This whole day, he's gone to the market to buy a bunch of stuff because it's the day of his son's birthday. And his son's dead. And the end of his little episode ends. I feel myself like getting tingles right now. Think about it. It ends with him. The sun is setting. There's a tree, and he sits at a grave, and he puts all these things down that he bought at the market to celebrate his son, and he starts to sing a song, and he starts to cry by the end of it. And it's so fucking beautiful. This guy who is like, just cares about the balance of the world, teaches his nephew all these different things and how to overcome all this trauma and stuff that he's had. He's just such an amazing character. And I've talked way too much about it, but fucking phenomenal in a fucking kids show.
Yeah. Like
it's amazing.
It's not the first time I've heard that there are like fucking layers and layers and layers to this show. It's not, you're not the only one that I've heard this from. And it does make me think that I need to give it a shot.
It is
that
so good.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. And anyone who's seen the show will agree with me 100%. Like that guy, he's there. He's fucking amazing. He's so good. So
well, I'm going to take it on a very different direction. And
yes,
let's go. Like this guy does not have those moments of beautifulness, but Garth Algar from Wayne's World. I think Garth, for me, Wayne is cool. Wayne's the love interest, the main star of everything. You know, he leads the show. But Garth is there when you need Garth to be there. He's a brilliant inventor. He made like a mechanical hand. He's always tinkering. He's got these all these different inventions that he makes. He's undeniably loyal, and he's a great friend. He's there to bring you back down to earth when you get a little too much for yourself, but he's always there to forgive you. He's
always got that cup. So if you're ready to spew,
spew into
always
this.
just spew in this. You know,
that's right. He's got and he's when he wants to, he's got the charisma. He can turn it on and get the ladies if he needs to. And then he's a badass drummer. He does the drum solo in the middle of Guitar Center and just blows everyone out of the water. So yeah. I think Garth does not get what he deserves.
I gotta rewatch that movie, man. I haven't seen that movie in years. It's been so long.
It's one of those movies where you're like, look, this is not winning Academy Awards. It's not going to move you to tears, but God damn it, it's a fun movie. It is just, I really genuinely like Wayne's World.
I think we talked about this before, but like that movie came out and I went to go watch it with my friend and I had no reference that it was from SNL at all.
You're just like,
I had no idea.
Weird.
I'm just like, I don't know what this is. I don't know what this is referencing. It's just a thing. And I'm like, cool.
All the catchphrases, you're like, all right, they said that.
Nope. No idea. I'm like, swing. I had no idea what any of that meant. So it was fine.
Yeah.
I remember saying swing and my brother's like, do you know what that means?
Yeah, it's funny. That's what it means.
I was like, no, he's like, don't do that. I'm like, okay. Because I was also being an annoying kid who just like would use catchphrases nonstop all the time. He's like,
absolutely.
You have to fucking stop saying that. I'm like, okay.
And I went as Garth for 2 Halloweens, and I got to say, my fucking did I ever tell this story on the podcast?
I don't know.
The first Halloween that I went as Garth, it was in Chicago, and we were all going out. We were still like just out of college, still young, going out and having, to the bars and doing all the thing. Late nights, everyone is like changing bars, so everyone's on the street. And from behind me, I hear, Garth! And I turn around, and it's a dude dressed as Wayne with no Garth with him. And I was like, Wayne! And ran over, and it was like we hugged each other, and he was like, this is insane. And so, and at the time, no like cell phones that took really shitty pictures. So we didn't get a picture. It was just the memory that he and I both shared that we found our counterpart that night, and then we just pieced out and continued our night. So Garth
I love it.
Forever be
Halloween and Comic-Con when people like just roll with what they see. Like the people that dressed up like Bruce Wayne's parents and they went to Comic-Con.
I don't think I know this.
And totally, whenever they would see someone dressed as Batman, they're like, our son! And then they would fall down dead in front of them. Like, our boy!
Brilliant.
And they die.
Yes.
And all the people were like, oh my God. All the people as Batman were like, oh my shit.
I love that shit. Yeah, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, people who just come together. Multiple Deadpools, of course. Those guys are always like, doing fun shit with each other and stuff like that. Like people are willing to be like, oh yeah, this is cool. We can play along with this. We roll with it. Everyone can improv for the night, and then everyone forgets the next day.
Absolutely.
That's fun. I'm also going to go with Luis from Ant-Man.
Oh, good pick. Good pick.
Easily one of the Ant-Man movies are pretty forgettable, unfortunately. Especially the third one. But Michael Pena as Luis, like just such a fun, happy guy that has like such great comedic timing in the film, and also just his storytelling stuff, of course, are like some of the best things in those films where he's like telling quick stories and everything like that. And he's just very silly. And he's also a really good friend, like just a really good friend to Scott. And he's got his back all the way through. And then of course the crew that they put together, Baba Yaga, like just the fun stuff that they do. Like I love Michael Pena in general. Like that guy, I think is I don't know if it's fair to say he's underrated. But I've seen him in just a couple of movies recently. I'm like, oh, that's right. He was in this movie. He's so fucking good.
Right.
He can do comedy well. He can do drama well. He's top notch, man.
Yeah. He always, whenever he's in a film, he's a rock for that film. Like he anchors the film. He's always so sure-footed in whatever character he's playing. And you believe that he's playing that character. Like he's very, very talented actor. Yeah.
I think I remember hearing him do an interview about his character Luis.
Yeah.
And he's like, I based that on a bunch of dudes that I knew growing up. He's like, we all knew a Luis growing up. And he goes,
the fast talker, the one who could always try to get out of things. And
yeah, he goes, we all knew a Luis. And he goes, that's just who I channeled for this role was this guy.
That's amazing.
I was like, it's so good, but he's such a fun part of those films. And I think people they've said they want Luis to do like a recap of like the Infinity Saga.
Yeah,
like in his classic Luis. I'm like, that would be so much fun to hear him be like,
would be
just do his own way.
It would actually probably help too, because the Infinity Saga has been so messed up.
Yeah, I know, right? So yeah, Luis all day.
All
right, who else you got?
I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it in the MCU, and I'm gonna say Agent Coulson. I think Agent Phil Coulson is. Again, he's got nothing but undying support for the Avengers, and he follows instructions. He carries his job out to the letter. He's a great person to have. If he's got your back, that's the kind of guy you want to have your back. And he's kind of a badass. He showed us many times. A funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer. He shows just how badass he is. Keeps his cool, and then just walks on out. And I think he's one of those, and he does
killed by Loki.
Exactly, and then gets brought back by the replicant machine in Star Trek. And
exactly, that's exactly what it is, because he's basically food.
Yep, exactly. It's food for someone.
It's food for something, right?
Yeah,
everything's food. Guys, check out my new book, Everything's Food, coming out this fall.
The food was people. But no, I think Agent Coulson. And here's the thing: he does have a very, very fervent following. People love him. So I don't think he's underrepresented in fandom. But I definitely think that as a secondary character in those films, he fucking shines.
He shines and shines bright. Just absolutely, he's phenomenal in those films. Very well done. Good choice. I think next up, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go with Samwise Gamgee from Lord of the Rings.
Really?
He.
Well, I get this. I think
you get this. I think he says.
Well, it's a surprising, but I think I know. Go ahead. I'm curious to hear your take on this.
Well, it's like Frodo is on this quest and he just gets so emo by the end of it, and Samwise is his rock. You know what I mean? Like, say what you want about the gay tension between the two of them, but like. They're friends and they truly love each other, like they are willing, the fact that Sam was Frodo's gardener, which I also thought was a weird thing, but like they're buddies, and he followed him to literally to hell to help him going through all this sort of stuff for his friend, like when at the end, like in Return of the King, and Sam is like, I think we have just enough. And Frodo's like, for what? He's like, for the trip home. Like he's just so hopeful that he's going to ration the food so they can get to Mordor and get home. And Frodo's like, in his mind, he's like, God bless you, but we ain't coming home.
I got bad news for you.
Pretty sure this is a one-way trip, but he doesn't have the heart to say it, because Sam is like, also like the beginning of the extended version of Two Towers. They're trying to climb up this like rocky crevice, and something slips out of the bag, and Sam almost dies trying to catch it. And he's like, what's in that box? He's like, well, it's the seasonings, from he's like, why are you worried about that? He's like, this came from our home, man. Like, this is what we have to remember. He's a guy who's so unassuming, yet at the same time fights off a fucking monster spider, to help his friend. He goes into a place full of orcs to rescue his buddy. He carries him to Mount Doom, and he's devastated when Frodo leaves to go to the Undying Lands with the elves and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know. He's a great character. That's just, he's got Frodo's back through and through, no matter what. And he's just like, I'm here. I'm your buddy, and we're gonna get through this together.
Doug, I would do all those things for you if we were on that journey, except fight the giant spider. You'd be on your own, and we would fail.
You wouldn't do that for me?
I don't think so. I wouldn't do it for
After all this time, I don't think so. He says, I don't think so, man. I think I'm gonna tap out on that. I would hate it, but I'd do it for you. I'd fucking hate every second of it, but I would go in there and I'd be like, because you know what I'd be thinking? I'd be like, Justin is suffering way more than I am right now. If he's in this spider hole, like, he is way worse off than I am, and I need to get him out of there.
Oh, you know what? Okay, so you do that for me. I would eat onions for you, though.
Thank God. Hey, by the way, I've been incorporating onions into a lot of my recipes lately.
God damn, you're getting better and better, man.
Here's the thing, though. I shred them. real fine. So
you use like a zester?
Texture.
You just get onion zest?
I use the smallest hole possible on my box grater. I shred that shit down, and then I throw it in. It basically liquefies. And I'm like, it's technically in there,
Right.
So
you're getting essence of onion.
Hey, it's in there. The nutrients are in there, baby.
It says add 2 cups of onion water, and that's basically what it is.
It's like add a cup of onion slush. I'm like, got it. I got the onion slushy right here.
Speaking of slush, the next person that I would throw in here is Olaf from Frozen.
Yeah, he's pretty delightful.
He is. To me, he steals. I haven't seen Frozen 2, but for Frozen 1, he steals the movie for me. When he comes in, Josh Gad in general is just a beacon of light for me whenever I see him on screen. I fucking love Josh Gad. But Olaf is just such a fucking fun character. He's comic relief. He's so happy and just hopeful, and all he wants to do is feel the sun.
Well, that's why he's obviously such a popular character and why the kids love him. He's also just innocent. He's like, I'm new. I was literally born yesterday. Right. I was created and I don't know anything about anything. And he's just very like, there's something special about that because that person that creature cannot exist in our world. It would die. 100%. It would die so fast because it would just, it would not survive.
There's something pure and beautiful about Olaf.
Yeah. And he's so fun, so funny, and just, similar to like Sam in a way that he's very heartfelt and, he's, very happy. He's hopeful. And that's something that's pretty cool. Pretty cool from a character.
It is.
I fucking agree. Let's do one more each here. I'm going to take this guy off the list. Because
got it.
Fuck that guy.
Because fuck him.
Fuck him. I think I'm gonna go Tormund Giantsbane from Game of Thrones.
Okay. I'm failing to remember who this guy was even.
How dare you?
I know.
How, as Natalie would say, how very dare you?
This guy. Okay, yeah, I like this guy. Yeah.
He's red hair, red beard. Red beard. He's one of the wildlings. And he eventually becomes really good friends with Jon Snow and ultimately chases after the big, tall Brienne. He's like, where's the giant lady? He's definitely likes her very much. But he starts out as like very adversarial to Jon Snow, but over time, Jon earns his respect. And not only is he just very funny, but he's also like an incredible fighter. He's not really afraid of much. Right. And to me, there's something about that archetype of like the loyal barbarian, the savage, who respects, even though they're ideologically opposed in a lot of ways, he can respect someone's strength and leadership. There's something. I'm a sucker for those kinds of stories where someone can transcend the social boundaries to win someone over because of their abilities and their skill set. They're like, hey man, we may be enemies, but I fucking respect you because that's impressive. And Tormund ends up being just like, he's there for John the whole way as well. He's just, he's big energy and badass, and also just ends up being a really good friend. So I think he's a really good one.
I like it. I'm going to end mine with from The Princess Bride. It's going to be
fantastic choice.
Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die. And this man is on a journey. This man is on a fucking journey the whole goddamn time. Doesn't take his eye off the prize.
He's on a fucking journey.
He's on a fucking journey. He is gonna.
You fucked my father. Prepare to die, buddy.
He is gonna tear a hole. He's gonna lay pipe through the whole of the kingdom.
Yeah, man.
No, he finally gets what he's looking for in the end. So I think this guy, he's a great swordsman. Eventually, he's got motivation. He's got skill, and in the end, he's got honor. And I think it really makes for a fun character who you at the beginning you're like, I don't know, and then by the end you're like, fuck yeah, I'm here for this guy.
I feel like all along he's just a very respectable person.
Yeah.
Like even like early on where he throws the rope down, to the guy and he helps him up. He's like, if we want to fight, you need to be up here. And he's like, are you ready? Like, he's like totally wants a fair fight. Like he wants to make sure that this is a legitimate thing,
Yeah.
And they're complimenting each other. He's just like, very good. He goes like, but guess what? I'm a lefty. He's like, so am I, like they're just like,
they're having
very
fun
talented in what they do. Yeah. So he's a mercenary. He's a pirate of sorts, but he has a code of honor.
Right.
And he's like a perfect D&D character, right?
Yeah.
His sole motivation is like, he's looking for the six-fingered man because he killed his father, and he's willing to do all these other things. He's a maybe neutral good, chaotic good, probably more neutral good sort of guy where he's just like, rules are rules. I'm willing to help people out and whatever. Like, if you pay me well, fine, whatever, no big deal. But if we're going to fight, it's going to be fair.
Right.
That's my code. It's going to be fair. And then God help you if you're the guy that killed my father, because I'm going to murder the shit out of you.
I'm going to murder the shit out of you.
Yeah.
It will be murder, death, kill, good night.
If you think of that film, that's probably that's probably the most famous line that comes from that film is, I'm Inigo Montoya and you killed my father, prepared to die. Like,
absolutely. People know that. They know
that. And as you wish, maybe. I don't know.
Right.
But Inigo Montoya is what people remember more than anything. So awesome choices, fun stuff. Obviously, you all can let us know your favorites. But before we get to that, let's hear from some of the fans, the community favorites, on what they thought about this stuff. Start off the top. Noah had a bunch to say. He mentioned Toph from Avatar, which also great choice. Toph, if you have never seen the show, is a blind earthbender. And she is fucking phenomenal. Badass.
Okay.
She is stubborn, tough, takes no prisoners. She's such a great character. She's just like... You respect her through and through. She comes from a wealthy family, but she does underground wrestling. Like, it's amazing. It's so cool.
I love it. Okay.
So cool. He also has a couple Doctor Who characters on here. I don't know them because I haven't seen Doctor Who, but he has Amy Pond and Donna Noble. So
yes, I agree with that.
There you go. You got those. He says Ahsoka from Clone Wars. I've only seen a little bit of Clone Wars, but I know she's a pretty cool character. So she's Anakin's Padawan, so I am familiar with her to some degree. And then he has Gohan from Dragon Ball Z. Again, not a show that I see or I've seen, and don't know who that is.
But here's the thing: if Noah says Gohan from Dragon Ball Z, then I'm 100% backing up that decision because no one knows
I don't even know
DBZ like that man.
I feel like all of these characters in Dragon Ball Z look the same. I don't know who's who. They all look the same. I don't know, man. Maybe it's when they go Super Saiyan or something. I don't know. I'll never know. So
right. Isn't Gohan the main person? I thought he looks like the main guy.
I don't know.
Is that not the main guy? Oh my God.
I don't know who the main guy is. Apparently these are they have the spans generations. I don't know, man. I can't
Interesting.
I can't deal with it. Anyway, Seth, aka Slotty, mentioned the Punisher from Daredevil, which is a fantastic choice.
Very good choice.
In that season 2, man, the Punisher is fucking amazing. Like, what a great antithesis to Daredevil. Like the whole ideological debate they have on the roof.
Yeah.
When he's tied up.
Also someone who Daredevil kind of wishes he could be like. Like you see the jealousy in Daredevil. You see him like, man, I wish I could, because he shares the rage that Frank shares. He's just not allowing himself to give into it. And so
because he sees that as sinful.
Exactly.
And
yeah.
the Punisher makes Practical Doug, like he made a Practical Doug argument where I'm like, he goes, you knock them down, they're back on the street. He goes, I knock them down, they stay down. I'm like, you can't argue with that.
That's true. It's more efficient.
It's like, I fucking shoot them and they're dead.
Right.
No more problem. I'm like, fuck. It's a good thing. Yeah, he is electric in that season. Like John
100%.
Bernthal does such a good job.
I don't know. I fully agree. I don't know if there's a person on this list that I agree with more than who Jared put down here.
Oh, when he said it, I was like, fucking nailed it.
That's a mic drop is what he did.
Jared said the janitor from Scrubs.
Without a doubt.
If you haven't seen the show and you're younger than us, you probably shouldn't, because I don't think it's going to translate very well.
That's
some of the comedy.
I was thinking about it. I'm like, I don't know, but I'm like, no, you know what? That's
one of those shows where I'm like, I don't think you're going to find a whole lot of reruns of those anymore. There's a lot of.
It happened at the exact moment it needed to happen in order for it to be a hit.
Yeah.
Outside of that window, not so much.
Todd doesn't play very well today.
Oh man, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Todd, the guy, basically his whole shtick is he sexually harasses people. That's probably not and we're like, ha, that's funny.
Not so much. But the janitor though.
But the janitor, holy shit.
That's something else.
The foil to JD, like,
man,
oh my God.
What a
great
beautifully
character.
written character. And I still to this day, one of my favorite meta jokes is when he tells JD that he was in The Fugitive. And Neil Flynn was actually in that role in The Fugitive. And you're just like, what the fuck's going on?
They played the clip.
So
he's
good.
like, he sees it and he goes, janitor. One of my favorite lines is like, you're an actor. He's like, you're a fireman. What are we doing? Like, he just like fires it.
God damn it. I'm sorry. The writing on the show was amazing, though.
Well, a lot of that, too,
really
is Neil Flynn improvised a lot of those lines. The writers are like, his lines were better than what I wrote down.
Yeah.
So, And one of my favorite ones that Jill and I quote all the time, JD goes, he's talking to me, he's like, are you drunk? And Janet goes, have you been drinking? He's like, I'm not drunk. Yeah, Janitor was fucking phenomenal. So good. Emilio says Rajesh from The Big Bang Theory. I used to watch that show pretty regularly.
Okay. I've not watched that one. Pretty
fun character. Yeah, pretty fun character for sure. Okay. And then what's Beth got on here?
She's got Groot and Donkey. She was very excited for those. She said a couple other ones that we had elsewhere on the lists, but Groot and Donkey were two that she thought pretty highly of. She liked them.
Okay, all right, awesome. I like them. They're both pretty solid.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, I'd say let's do some rapid fire.
Let's do it real quick. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna list off some characters, and you're gonna tell me whether they're overrated or underrated and why. It has to be real quick.
Okay. Wait, do you want to switch off? You
sure.
do one, I do one. You do one, I do one.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And I may have put these in here, but I don't know what's there.
That's fine. Yeah.
All right. Here we go. Dobby.
Underrated because he's super cool and he likes socks. Donkey.
Oh shit.
Quick, Doug.
Overrated. Talks too much.
I agree.
Annoying. Nick Fury.
Underrated. Sam Jackson's a badass.
Yeah, that guy exists and deserves to exist in all those films.
Yeah, exactly.
Hands down.
Yeah. Genie.
No, Genie.
OG Genie, not Will Smith.
Oh yeah, it didn't even cross my mind. I'd say underrated. He's a good friend.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, he tries to actually help out Aladdin, and he also he helps him through his life thing. Yeah, I think underrated for sure.
Absolutely, and he actually just makes the whole fucking movie for me.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. He easily could have been like a total character to put on you.
Yeah.
Luna Lovegood from the Harry Potter series.
I overrated. I don't know what she does. Like she helped Harry. Underrated, I guess. She helped him. She saw him with the sparkle glasses. I don't know. That one's a tough one.
She did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her dad told him about the Deathly Hallows. I don't know.
I forgot about that. Yeah. We'll say, I don't know. She's rated properly. How about that?
She's rated M for mature.
Gollum.
Underrated. That guy, God bless him. The horror that he went through and the demons that he deals with. And at the end of the day, all he wanted to do was the ring, and he did. He got the ring, and he melted in Mount Doom. So, R2-D2.
Underrated. Easily the best droid in the entire Star Wars universe.
Overrated. Anyway.
Ooh, wait. I want to hear why. You got to give me why.
He's just there.
He fucking saves the day all the time.
Yeah, always there.
He turns off the trash compactor.
Always there. Just whatever, man. You don't even know what he's saying. He could be the racist motherfucking robot in the world. You have no idea.
Korg.
Underrated.
Overrated.
Underrated. That guy is so fucking funny and just, again, positive. He's there for Thor all the time. Although I would say he doesn't help Thor out of his funk, but he's there to support him. He's like, I got you, buddy. We got this. So good.
I think he's overrated. Underrated maybe in the first appearance. Far overrated in the second one.
In what, like Love and
Love
Thunder?
and Thunder, yeah. Korg should have died in that movie.
Agreed. No, I agree. Like, I thought that was cheap. They killed him and they were like, nope, he's okay. I'm like,
no, but I'm saying, like, just for my own, like, fuck that guy. He should have died.
Yeah.
Like,
Justin doesn't like gay rock creatures. Okay. Weasel from Deadpool.
Taking a hard stand there. I'm not even going to correct you.
He should have died.
Overrated. I find him. Some of the back and forth that they had was fine, but I find T.J. Miller to be insufferable.
That's fine. That's fair.
Edna Mode from The Incredibles, making
Underrated.
the costumes.
Underrated. Fucking phenomenal.
Fully agreed.
She just has connection to all the heroes. She has all the insight. She knows exactly what's what. Fucking, yeah, underrated for sure.
All right.
Short Round from Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I'm gonna say underrated, man. Indy doesn't get the shit doesn't get done without Short Round around.
100%.
He saves the day many times in that film.
Multiple times in that film, he saves him from the voodoo doll to bringing him out of his funk.
Absolutely,
yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Without a doubt. Rocket Raccoon.
I'm underrated. Underrated. He's kind of a dick, but at the end of the day, he's there because as the family comes together, he's there for him. And
he's when you learn his backstory, he's been through some horrific shit.
Yeah, underrated.
Yeah.
All right, Ned Leeds from Spider-Man.
Underrated, man. He's the guy in the chair.
He's the guy in the chair.
The guy in the chair.
He does magic. He's magical.
He makes the sparkles. He makes the Marvel Sparkle Circle.
Yes, he does.
That's right.
Absolutely.
Heimdall from Thor.
Underrated. That guy.
Absolutely.
That guy's not only a badass, but his sight, he helps Thor out so many times. Yeah, he can see the fucking dark elves. Well, at least most of them anyway. But yeah, he's fucking awesome. Fredo Corleone.
Overrated. He betrayed Michael. Fuck him.
Yeah.
You broke my heart.
Yeah. He was just such a floppy jalopy guy.
He was.
He just, yeah.
He deserved everything that came to him. Yeah.
Poe Dameron.
Wait, did I say that? Poe Dameron.
Oh, shit. I said Fredo. Yeah. Poe Dameron. I think he was underrated in episode 7.
Okay.
A bit overrated in episode 8. And no one remembers episode 9. So
that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, I thought he was great in episode 7. Just badass pilot shows up, lights people up. He's there, so good.
He's Oscar Isaac's a very Sam Jackson in nature of anything he does, just a badass. I like him.
He's a fun actor.
Yep.
Actor to watch. He's so good. And last but not least, Drax the Destroyer. Justin.
Underrated. I could use more Drax always and forever.
Amen, brother. Amen. No, we did it.
Oh, we did it.
We did it. Hit us up in those comments. What are some support characters, some side characters that you think stole the show that we didn't talk about? Let us know. Fire them up. Okay, we're back at it again. This time, Justin is back in the seat.
My seat's
He's
getting
back
hot.
On the bike with no seat.
Whew.
And we'll see
Just
how he does
myself.
as he tries to guess these movies from just the audio clip out of context. Justin. Let's see here.
Have I seen him, Doug? Let's see. What do we got?
One of them you have not.
Okay, you said that confidently.
One of them you have not.
Right.
One of them I think you've seen. Okay. The other one you definitely have. So
got it. All right. So one.
You've got a no,
category.
a yes, and a maybe.
Got it.
So here we go.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go.
The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder will foam up around their waists. And all the whores and politicians will look up and shout, "Save us." And I'll whisper, "No."
That's Sin City.
That is not Sin City.
No!
You said that with such confidence.
Did.
You said it with so much.
Shit.
I can see why you would think that, but it is not Sin City.
Was it? What was that really shitty sequel they made? The Shadow?
It's not The Shadow. You're giving me ideas for the future, Justin. You're giving me ideas.
God, that movie was dog shit.
That movie was so bad.
It was so bad. It's the first and only movie I didn't, but I heavily considered standing up and walking out on.
I just remember the dagger that was like, that was very weird.
Damn, that movie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool. I really thought I had that one.
You said that with such confidence. There's nothing worse than being like, I got this.
I got
and
this.
I totally see why you would say that.
Yep. Okay. Oh, that's The Sound of Music.
You're so close.
Did I get it?
So close. It's
Lawnmower
the prequel
Man.
to Sound of Music.
Oh, got it. Okay. Play it for me again.
There you go.
The accumulated filth of all their sex and murder
Oh,
will
I know
foam
what
up
the
around
fuck
their
it is. It's
waists.
The Watchmen.
You know what it is?
That's The
Was
Watchmen. Yep.
It
The
is Watchmen.
Yep. I was like, I know, I knew the line. I was able to.
Yeah. Because you said it. You
Finish
said,
it,
he's
yeah.
going to get it. And you're like, Sin City. I'm like, nope.
Absolutely.
Yes,
that's
that's-
Rorschach from The Watchmen. Yeah.
Yes. It's one of my favorite lines for that movie. But the trailer for it was awesome. And that was one of the lines clipped from the movie. And it's so good. He says it as he's going to investigate the murder of the comedian.
The scene that probably my favorite scene of that entire fucking film is when he's in prison and he's like, "You got it wrong. You're trapped in here with me."
Yeah.
I was like,
that's
just
such a.
that whole sequence with the oil and everything. I'm like, God
Yeah.
damn, shit.
Yeah, Rorschach is a really cool character. That is a guy who's like, I have rules, and if you break them, I will fucking hurt you. There's no wiggle room here.
Yeah.
It's like, okay.
So was
All
that
right,
the
good
movie
job.
that I had for sure seen or maybe seen?
Maybe seen.
Okay, got it. Cool.
Obviously, you've seen it. So,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All right, you ready?
Yep.
Here's number 2.
Marriage is an important part of getting ahead. Lets people know you're not a homo. Married guy seems more stable. People see the ring, they think at least somebody can stand the son of a bitch. Ladies see the ring, they know immediately you must have some cash and your cock must work.
It's working. Overtime.
Overtime. Yeah, it's working. Overtime. If Alec Baldwin is doing an impossibly thick Boston accent, it's got to be The Departed.
Correct.
Without a shadow of
You're correct. I love that whole spiel because it's just like, he's like, you want to get ahead in the world, you got to get married. And here are the reasons why.
Right.
And I love it because Matt Damon's character's dick is not working very well. But he's overcompensating. He's like, oh, yeah, it's working. It's overtime.
Yeah.
And the next thing he's like, I think he says like, good for you. Like, congratulations. Like, way to go. I'm glad your dick's working.
Another. Every time I remember that came out in 2010. Or no, it was 06 or 2010.
You don't fucking know, Justin. Nobody knows. It's a mystery.
It's
like when's the world gonna end?
right.
I think it was 06. Yeah, it's 06.
06. See, I always have it like more recent in my head, even for you. It just boggles my mind that was released in 06.
Yeah, that movie.
It feels recent. I don't know why.
There's a reason why I keep pulling clips from it because
That's
it's one of the it's a quotable movie.
All right, let's go to the movie that I have not seen, Doug.
You have not seen this film.
All right.
So here we go.
Nancy Callahan, the love of my life. She ain't to lie to her. I hope she forgives me for it. Get Senator Rourke behind bars? Sure. And maybe after I've pulled off that miracle, I'll go and punch out God.
Jeez, that's a brooding
What a great
son
line.
It's a brooding son of a bitch.
That's a great line because you're like, oh, cool. So what you're asking him to do is impossible.
Right. And once I get done with that, I'll go punch out God. Holy cow. Okay. That wasn't from Barbie, was it?
You know what? It was. It's from the deleted scenes.
Was that okay?
Yeah.
That's right.
That's
I can't pick the voice out. I thought I had the voice for a second, but then I lost it. Play this one again for me right
Got
away here.
Nancy Callahan,
Is it Ben Affleck?
the love of my life.
Nope.
She ain't to lie to her. I hope she forgives me for it. Get Senator Rourke behind bars? Sure. And maybe after I've pulled off that miracle, I'll go and punch out God.
God damn. Senator Rourke. Senator Mickey Rourke, right? Is what we're talking about?
It is Senator Mickey Rourke.
Okay,
Mickey
got
Rourke
it.
is in this film.
Is he really?
Mm-hmm.
Is it the wrestler?
And
Is
it's
it Iron Man
not
2?
The wrestler. It's not Iron Man 2.
Is it Sin City?
It is Sin City.
Is it really?
Yes.
I've seen that movie.
I thought you hadn't.
No, I have.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Because I immediately put it out of my head. I immediately put it out of my head because I'm like, well, I've seen Sin City, so it can't be that. Like,
I thought it was funny because the first one you're like, well, that's Sin City. I was like, no, it's the third one.
that's amazing. Fucking A. So wait, was that Willis?
So that's Bruce Willis.
Okay, got it.
That's the end of the Yellow Bastard story where they just killed the Senator Rourke's kid.
Uh-huh.
And he's like telling Nancy, he's like, yeah, go on and get out of here. I got to go collect the evidence, and we're going to put, Rourke behind bars. She's like, okay. And he's like, yeah, that ain't happening. And it's a great line that bookends the whole story.
Yeah.
He says all this sort of stuff. And he's like, an old man dies, a young girl lives. Like, 'cause that was like, he's willing to sacrifice himself, which, spoiler alert, he does. He shoots himself in the head shortly after she leaves because he's like, he's never going to stop trying to get back at me. He'll try to get back to Nancy to get to me. So he goes, the only way to stop this. Game over, man.
Game over, man.
Yeah. So good stuff, Justin.
Boom,
you got them all.
Boom. 3
you
for
did
3. I was 3 for 3 tonight. That doesn't
3 for 3
usually
baby.
doesn't happen.
You did it because you are the master and the commander.
That's right. I'm the captain.
Have you seen that movie?
Master and Commander?
Yeah.
No, but I recently put that on my list.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
I've seen it too many times.
It's
like if I don't know what to watch, I'm putting on Master and Commander. Yeah,
Really?
Russell Crowe. Yeah, it's so good.
Shit, okay.
Yeah, it's really good. I really enjoy it. And you may be like, it was fine, man. I don't know why you watch it all the time. I'm like, I can't explain it, but I do. So
Cool,
sorry.
bro.
You're like, awesome. Cool.
awesome.
All right. It's fine. Whatever. Good work, Justin. Justin, what do you have to recommend this week?
So I got a recommendation and then an unrecommendation. I'm going to recommend.
I've got a recommendation and a demand.
Right, I've got a recommendation and then a demand you stay away from a movie. Daredevil Born Again. If you've not seen it yet, speaking of Daredevil, if you've not seen it, every episode is out. I think it's a beautiful return to form to what the Netflix series. It keeps the tone, it keeps the violence for sure. It's fun. It's a good fucking story. It's really, really cool. The only complaint I had, and I'm curious to see what you think of it, is his powers. I'm like, I can accept the fact that a space giant with purple nuts on his face came down and snapped away half the population. But you telling me this guy is hearing just normal conversations on the street while he's 4 floors down in a bank vault and he's just hearing them because of his sonar? It's a little far-fetched. So the powers were a little rough for me, but outside of that, fights were incredible. The choreography on this,
nice,
so good, so good. The opening episode, the opening fight.
Yeah, I got to get to it. I was one of those things where I'm like, I wanted the series to be done before I started watching it, and now it's been done for a little bit now, and I'm like, I need to get on it.
Yeah. So Daredevil Born Again, go check that out, and just stay the fuck away from the Eternals. I watched it again because I was like, it can't be as bad as I remembered it being. My God, is that a bad movie?
There are shining
man
parts in that movie that I like.
Sure, it's the CGI makes certain things shine like gold, and that's the shiny parts.
No, there's certain characters in there that I really like and enjoy, but yeah, it's a rough film. It's a rough film. I don't know, man. For some reason, I'm like,
they set up 4 different movies, none of which are going to get paid off.
Yeah, they're not happening. It ain't happening.
And it says the Eternals will return. No, they won't.
No, they won't. They won't.
Doug, what do you got?
I'm gonna recommend a song from a band called Durry, Durry. This song has been speaking to me lately. It's called IDK, short for I don't know. I just work here. And it's a phenomenal song that just it just shits on work culture and what we do and how we're essentially slaves to our jobs and how, the lyrics are just phenomenal. It's also just a fun poppy song and if you've ever worked customer service or a job you hate, it'll speak to you. Yep. Just like the movie Office Space will speak to you. So
you shared that in the Discord, and I was like, "It's a good fucking song." Like I was like, I watched the video. I'm like, I really enjoyed that.
Such a good song. Check it out on Spotify. Check out the video on YouTube. It's so fucking good, man. Like I've been listening to it quite a lot lately. I'm like, this song is speaking to me.
Yep.
So, hell yeah. Well, gang, thank you so much for hanging out with us as always. Please check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/mindgappodcast. For free. You can drop a like and a subscribe. It's a free way to help us out. We'd appreciate it. Check the links in the description for links to our Discord. Join the family, join the conversation, be part of the episode. Links to our merch. The new squirt shirts out there. And then links to our Patreon. Shirt. Hashtag squirt shirt. Summertime squirt shirt. And drop us a comment while you're in there. Comment on anything we've said or anything like that. And we'd love to hear from you. So, and with that, Justin is online as well.
That's right. On Instagram, at Justin_Michael, spelled Mikel. It's the fun way of spelling it. While you're in the online realm, follow Mind Gap on Instagram, and wherever you can find us on, or wherever you consume audio podcasts, you can consume us there too. You can just eat us right up. Go ahead and download us, follow, rate, review, share, whatever the things are that you can do on all those audio podcast platforms. Do those things. Let people know we exist. That's the big one. It goes a long, long way. Let people know that we are here and making content for you. And then TwoEastEighth.com, TwoEastEighth on all social media, loveandimprovfilm.com, loveandimprovfilm on Instagram.
Bam! And with that, I'll say, Justin, thank you.
Douglas, thank you.
Viewers, listeners, thank you. And you all have a dandy fucking week.
Mind Gap Podcast.